Look, we are going to keep you here with us because we have some things to talk about. We're going to get a quick little break, but when we come back, Nathan, we're going to have you come in here and join us on a hot button topic. Carson Wentz is in.
He's
Taylor Heineke
back.
is out. Ooh, here we go.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go. The Washington Commanders. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our special guest, Nathan Snell, to help us break down this team and, more importantly, our quarterback position. Nathan, I'm going to come to you first. We've had so many conversations about it. Carson Wentz, starting quarterback. After he's finally back from the injury, we know Taylor Heineke did well, 6-2-1 while he was there, but we saw Carson Wentz is in there. What are your thoughts, man? I think there's a lag.
Yeah, he's having a lag.
He's having a lag. All right, we'll pull you out and and we'll bring you back.
We'll bring him back. He's going to get on his phone.
All right, I present the same question to you. Carson is in. They brought him in towards the end of the San Francisco game. He was able to get the touchdown. He's back now. What are your thoughts? Is this good?
Well, I'm going to get to why we're here, and then we'll get. So we're here because he's been hurt. All right, obviously we know he's been hurt, but he's now finally healthy. That's where Ron got to this point where now that okay, I can bring him in. I can play him against the 49ers because the quarterback's healthy. Because he wasn't, they took him off the injured reserve list, but he was still kind of getting that finger set up. He wasn't ready in the first Giants game. We had the bye week. Then he was ready and then he wasn't ready in the second Giants game because he was out sick. He had the flu. Right. So the 49ers game was the first game he was back and able to play. But the problem was we were winning. Heineke, he did what he does. Heineke is good for a certain amount of games, and he plateaus. All right. And in the month of December, we went 0-2-1. So now he's not winning. Ron's got to figure something out. The offense is moving the ball. We're 13th in yards, so we're moving the ball, but we're around 27th in red zone, like 28th on third down. So we're stalling. We're not scoring more than 20 points a game. And so Ron's sitting here saying, we've kind of hit our plateau with Taylor Heineke, and so I need to do something about this. So that's kind of where it came in. So that now I gave you the facts behind it, but we can let Nathan, since he's back in here, chime in on what he thinks about the move to Carson Wentz.
First of all, I do apologize. Technical difficulties about that, fellas.
Good to go.
I mean, my thoughts on Carson being the starting quarterback. I'm not surprised. I agree with what you're saying on Taylor. Taylor Heineke is that backup quarterback on Madden where he's like the 75 overall. He will keep you in the game, but don't expect him to carry your team for so long, if that makes sense.
Perfect.
And
he was doing so well.
We had you. It was perfect. Yeah. So about that, absolutely. It like he was saying, he did his job. He came in for those games and actually gave us a couple more games than I expected. He had the 3-game win streaks. He had us in the hunt. Let's see if we can get back in here.
Okay, am I good now?
I think so.
Am I good?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, better. Okay, as I was saying, with Carson, I mean, listen, this is a guy we invested in, we traded for, we draft capital. I mean, I don't think it's fair to be like, oh, Carson, now we're putting this immense pressure on him. Like, you've got to show up these last 2 games. Like, I mean, let's just be honest. Like, even with him as a starter, a lack of depth of offensive line. Scott Turner not making the game simple for him. I think there's a lot of things that were that's make that there's too much on his shoulder. So I think it's a good move to start him these next 2 games because I think he has the arm. He can push the ball down the field. It's all about how you just make the game simple. That starts with coaching and also protecting your quarterback.
Well, exactly. And look, let's be honest. He is the better quarterback overall. He is the guy that can get it done. It wasn't until just recently that Taylor Heineke surpassed him in passing, and he had only played the five early games. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So Wentz is the guy, and also we've discussed this as well. Let's think about what Wentz had when he was playing from before. He didn't have the running game. He only had Gibson, who was kind of running timid at that time. He had his wide receivers, but our defense was more bend and actually more break than bend earlier in that year. I mean, think about that early start against the Lions where we went 22-0. Things have really shaped up for us, especially our standout. Our secondary is really kind of coming together. Our two-headed monster at running back. We're playing with a different kind of team, a different style, but at the same time, Taylor did what he was supposed to do, essentially. We kind of got fooled in last year when Fitzpatrick was out for all of the season that, Taylor could be a starting quarterback. We've known he is a backup, and he filled in. He did more than he needed to do, and I'm absolutely grateful for what he did, but I'm like you guys. I think it's time. Let's see what Carson's got, and we're right in the thick of this playoff run. Let's go. Let's put it in his hands. My question to you, Will, do they open up the playbook? I know he's just getting back. We saw a little bit of that towards the end of the San Francisco game, but do they open it up and say, bombs away, let's go, let's get it going?
I would say yes and no. If they do, then you're going back to what Nathan is talking about. We're saying you're not running the offense to help him out. When he started at first, we had 4 games where he dropped back over 40 times. Mm-hmm. We didn't have that with Taylor Heineke. Heineke barely went over 30 passes. That's the recipe for success for this team and for Carson, because it's going to do a couple things. You're going to be pounding the rock with some guys. We're kind of feature some good players. It's going to take that pressure off the offensive line, because the offensive line is not bad in run blocking, but they're terrible in pass protection. Yeah. And Heineke is not. Carson's not going to help in that regard either. Right. Heineke has a little bit of escapability. Carson struggled at the beginning. He was more of a statue. But it also allows Jack Del Rio doesn't like taking his starters off the field. You've got Cam Curl when he's healthy, Bobby McCain, Derek Forrest, Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen. They play if Jack gets his way 85% of the game. He doesn't want to rotate those pieces out. And if you have a ball control style game, you're giving your defense a chance to rest. So that is that complementary football that you talk about. So in a way, they have to stick with the same script. But yes, it's going to open up something more for the receivers. You saw it on Saturday's game. He got the ball out quickly. There was a screen pass that he threw to Curtis Samuel, and the ball got to him just a couple seconds quicker for him to make a play and get a first down. He zipped a couple passes around, and you got to see the arm strength that he has that Taylor just doesn't. And it is going to open up some things. De'Ami Brown 75-yard touchdown pass against the Titans does not happen with Heineke, but that's a play that can happen. So it is important to be able to test and show that we can throw it a little bit, but we can't forget our identity, which is running the ball.
Yes. Absolutely. Fellas, what is going on? Anton Benton, Mr. Moral Support, watching live from Virginia Beach. He said, I feel
big game on Sunday to go to, Anton. I'm excited for you.
He's going to be up here on New Year's Day. He said, I feel like they have the Kirk Cousins handbook hiding somewhere They only help Carson until he puts his body on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So hey, this is gonna be crazy. Hey, going forward, we're gonna see what is gonna happen. Carson, like I said, he's the better guy. But let's see. I got confidence. I'm excited, and I think this was the right move. Let's
Are you worried about anything out there?
His mobility. I'm worried about
Okay.
Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett coming around that edge and him not being able to get out of the way. And that is the only thing that I have no doubt that he can get it out there deep. And hopefully with our emergence of the running game, that will hold those defensive ends and hold that pass rush. But I'm just worried that if they put him in that situation where he starts to see that phantom blitz and then scramble, he's going to scramble right into one of those guys running around. So, let me see. Oh, okay. All right. You're taking a dad as well. Cleveland born versus Washington born. Let's go. I like that.
That's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.